If you've been following the channel for a while, you probably remember the last few experiment where I asked ChatGPT to come up with a scalping strategy, and surprisingly, it didn't do too bad. We managed to grow a $100 account into over $140 in just a few trades. So today, we're bringing in a new challenger. This time, I'm letting Google Gemini design the trading strategy, and we'll see if it can actually do better than ChatGPT. If you enjoy this kind of AI versus market experiment, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, because this is the AI scalping series, and today's episode belongs to Google Gemini. Before we get into the trades, let me show you exactly how I got this strategy. Just like in the previous video, I went over to Google Gemini and typed in the exact same prompt I used with ChatGPT. Here it is on the screen, and here's the response it gave me. Now, I'm not going to tweak or optimize anything. No extra filters, no curve fitting, nothing. I'll trade it exactly the way Gemini wrote it, so we can see how it performs raw, side by side with ChatGPT's version. So, here's what the Gemini strategy looks like. We're going to be trading on the GBPUSD 5-minute chart, keeping things fast and simple, just like the ChatGPT test. The setup uses only 2 moving averages and 1 oscillator, all standard tools inside MT4. Nothing fancy, no paid indicators, just pure technical logic. Here's the breakdown. We've got the 10 exponential moving average and the 20 exponential moving average to detect short-term momentum shifts, and the RSI 14 with levels set at 30, 50, and 70 to confirm strength or weakness in price. Now, the rules are straightforward. For a buy setup, Gemini says to wait until the 10 exponential moving average crosses above the 20 exponential moving average. Then check if the RSI is sitting above 50, but below 70, meaning the market is showing bullish momentum, but not overbought yet. Once that confirmation candle closes, we enter a buy. For a sell setup, it's just the opposite. Risk management is capped at 10% of the account balance per trade, which is definitely aggressive, especially since I'm running this on a live account. So yeah, this isn't financial advice. This is purely for testing how far we can push an AI-generated system in real market conditions. So yeah, that's the full checklist, exactly as Google Gemini gave it. No extra filters, no fine-tuning, we're trading this raw, straight out of the AI's mouth. Now the real question is, can Gemini's version outperform ChatGPT's strategy from last time? Let's find out. We'll load up the chart, set everything up, and jump into the very first trade of this Gemini scalping strategy test. Alright, so here's the first signal from the Gemini strategy. We've got the EMA 10 crossing below the 20, RSI sitting below 50. Everything lines up perfectly for a sell, so I jumped in. Sell at 1.35430. Stop loss 10 pips, take profit 15 pips. Lot size 0.10. Yeah, I know, that's quite a big lot for a small account. But this is just an experiment, so don't copy this risk if you're trying it yourself. I'm basically stress testing the strategy to see how it behaves. And wow, price just pushed straight up and hit take profit. First trade, a clean win. Balance now at $115. Gemini's off to a nice start. But let's see if it can actually stay consistent. Alright, jumping into trade number 2. Still following the exact same Gemini setup. We've got a buy signal this time. The 10 exponential moving average just crossed above the 20 exponential moving average. RSI sitting nicely above 50. Basically, it's a simple EMA crossover setup. Super common, but honestly, the win rate on these isn't usually that great. Still, maybe we're just getting a lucky streak here with Gemini. Anyway, I pulled the trigger on a buy at 1.33875. Stop loss set 10 pips below, take profit 15 pips above. Lot size at 0.11, a bit heavier this time. But again, this is just an experiment, so don't copy the lot sizing if you're trading live. And bro, this one just took off. Didn't even give me a chance to blink. Straight momentum, clean push, and boom. Take profit smashed. Balance jumps up to $131.50. Honestly, I didn't expect back-to-back wins like this. Maybe Gemini's got something cooking here. Let's see if it can keep this streak alive. Alright, moving on to trade number 3, and this time we've got a sell setup. The 10 EMA just crossed below the 20 EMA. RSI dipping under 50, so all the conditions line up perfectly for a short. I entered a sell at 1.33752. Stop loss 10 pips above. Take profit 15 pips below. And this time the lot size is 0.13. Yeah, I know. It's starting to get a little aggressive. But remember, this is still part of the live experiment, not financial advice. Now here's the thing. This setup looked fine on paper, but the result, not so much. We ended up taking a full loss, and balance drops to $118.50. Can't lie. That stings a bit after 2 solid wins. But that's the thing with EMA crossovers. Sometimes they catch the trend early, and sometimes you just get caught in the chop. Let's shake it off and see if Gemini can bounce back on the next one. Alright, next up. Trade number 4. We've got a buy setup this time. 10 EMA crosses back above the 20. RSI pushing above 50, so, technically, this should have been a clean bullish signal. Entries at 1.33901. Stop loss at 1.33801. Take profit at 1.34051. Lot size 0.12. Still keeping the experiment rolling with slightly increased size. But yeah, this one didn't work out. Price didn't follow through, and the trade ended up closing in a full loss. Balance now sits at $106.50. Honestly, this is where you start to see the weakness of crossover systems. When the market's choppy, it just keeps flipping you in and out, and you end up paying the price for every false signal. I'm still sticking to the plan though. No tweaks, no filters, just pure Gemini logic. Alright, next setup. Another buy signal shows up, 10 EMA still above the 20. RSI comfortably sitting above 50, so yeah. The rules say we take it. Entries at 1.33698. Stop loss 10 pips below. Take profit 15 pips above. 0.11. Same risk, same plan. But man, this one just didn't go anywhere. Price hovered for a bit, then slowly drifted the wrong way and hit stop. Balance drops again, now sitting at $95.50. At this point, it's clear the Gemini strategy is struggling in these conditions. The logic makes sense on paper, EMAs, RSI, all standard stuff. But in a real market, when momentum fades, this kind of setup just gets chopped up. Still, we'll keep running it and see if it can recover. Alright, 6th setup coming in. We've got a buy signal again. Entry at 1.33761. Stop loss 10 pips. Take profit 15 pips. And I'm keeping the lot size at 0.10 for this one. Everything lined up nicely. EMA crossover clean. RSI holding above 50. So, no reason to skip it. Price started pushing up almost instantly, and I thought this might finally be the one that closes the session strong. But then, right before take profit, it stalls, flips, and stops me out by just a few pips. Yeah, that one stings. Balance drops to $85.50. And honestly, that's where I'm calling it. 2 days in, same $100 live account, and the results pretty much mirror the ChatGPT strategy. A few clean winners, but once volatility fades, the system just can't keep up. Still, that's the point of these experiments. I'm not here to prove AI is perfect. I'm here to test it, see how it behaves in real market conditions. And so far, both ChatGPT and Gemini gave me setups that make sense on paper. But Google Gemini definitely need more tuning before it can be called profitable. Anyway, I'm wrapping it here before things get out of hand. Better to walk away with a small drawdown than risk a full wipeout. If you've enjoyed this AI strategy series, make sure to drop a like and let me know in the comments which one you think handled the market better, ChatGPT or Google Gemini. And as always, trade smart, stay safe.